afternoon. I welcome you all here to this space. I'm Pastor Jen, the university pastor here at PLU. And we gather this evening to honor and remember Malik, a friend, a student, brother, son. Friends of Malik and other members of the PLU community have crafted this gathering to reflect the Malik that they knew and loved, including being in a circle so that we could see one another in a more intimate setting. We come tonight with mixed emotions, grateful for Malik and his life, and sadness for mourning a life that was all too short. With varied emotions and remembrances, stories and songs on our lips and in our hearts, we gather this evening to honor and to remember Malik. I'd like to welcome our PLU president, Alan Belton, to offer a few words on behalf of the community.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I will say that when you are president of an institution like this that is so steeped in caring, when you get that phone call that we've lost a student, it's one of the most disheartening phone calls you could imagine. I remember receiving the message that Malik had passed and immediately had that feeling, a sense of loss for community, followed almost immediately by a sense of guilt for thinking of it that way. As the parent of two college students, my thoughts then went to this could have been one of my children. And what must Malik's family be feeling in the moment, being so far away from their loved one, from their son? I was comforted knowing that the PLU community was providing as much support as we possibly could across the miles. I'd like to particularly thank Joanna Royce Davis for that. It is an incredible loss, and as I read about Malik, it became, I think, even more meaningful in that he really could have been one of my children. When you read about the kind of warm and engaging person he was, that he loved soccer and FIFA, which both of my sons play pretty adamantly, I got a sense of who he was. A beautiful soul, gone. So I wanted to take a moment, if we could, to think about Malik's family in particular and what they're dealing with across the miles and how we might be able to support them.
We're recording this gathering tonight at the request of Malik's family, so they will be able to hear some of the words that are spoken about their beloved family member. And one of Malik's brothers, Ibrahim, shared these words that we are honored to share tonight. So these are from Malik's brother, Ibrahim. AbdulMalik, which is what they called him, was the cheerful middle child in our family of 6 brothers and 1 sister. Unlike most children, Malik enjoyed sharing and giving since he was a little kid. Never hesitated to share even the most valuable belongings. I remember him sharing his beloved bike with the rest of his brothers. He was a responsible and supportive member of our family. It was his habit to offer help and support to all of us. He never stopped giving. I remember his help to fix my car, helping our mother with the groceries, and he never said no to help anyone. Malik never liked to upset his friends and family, and when he rarely had a conflict with someone, he was quick to fix it. He was the youngest brother to travel abroad to study, and whenever AbdulMalik came back on holiday and joined us in a gathering, we felt complete and united with him, regardless of who was missing. We will always remember him as the courageous, outgoing, and supportive young man he was. However, we will try as hard as we can to follow his favorite phrase in moments like this: no drama. And we will try to be as strong as he was. We thank God for giving us so many memorable moments and such a clear and pleasant character as Abdul Malik. Our love goes out to Malik's family, especially in this time, them being so far away. Now we'd like to offer some space for anyone who would like to share their own remembrances of Malik. I know some folks have prepared words, and you're welcome to share those. This is also a time for anyone who didn't prepare but would just like to share a few pieces of what's on your heart and mind in this moment. So you can just come up to the microphone as you feel moved. And please do use the microphone since we are recording. Thank you.
Hello, I am Becky Torgerson. I am the academic advisor for School of Business students, which is the best job ever. And we just want to express how much we will miss Malik in our community down in Morgan. He was a constant figure down there, so it was always fun to see his smiling face. Dr. Abby Liu, who was one of his accounting professors, she is unable to be here this evening because she is teaching, and but she did ask me to read a short statement for her. And she says, "I am so shocked and saddened by this news. Malik took my classes before. He is a very kind person and always treated people with the utmost respect. My deepest condolences to his family." And yes, that's very much very true of his character. Um, as I was thinking, the last time I talked with Malik was the last day of classes during day, and he was in the Kelly Cafe, kind of waiting either for someone to pick him up or to go somewhere. And I was on my way to a meeting, and I hadn't seen him for a little bit. And so I thought, hey, so I stopped to chat. And, I don't even recall what we did, but we ended up laughing about something. And I remember um, going on to my meeting on Upper Campus, and I was thinking, this is the happiest I've ever seen him. We don't laugh a lot in my office. you know, there's a lot of listening, there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of if-thens and what-ifs, and a lot of planning. But we try to incorporate laughter as much as we can, but sometimes it evades us. But that day was special, and that memory of him sitting in Kelly Cafe and us laughing is one that I will take forward with me from. So very thankful for him and for his friends who rallied.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة. Whenever you may be, death will overtake you even though you were in lofty towers. We always believe that the young will last more, and we never think about death because of our physical health and our youth, when in reality, it's not true. Our Arab and Muslim communities lost one of the best members, a young, healthy, nice, and intelligent man who was in his last year at PLU and just about ready to graduate with a business degree. Abdul Malik is gone, but always remain in our heart. It has been a big loss to the Lutz family. We are only 4 Arab males students on campus, and now there are only 3 of us. First time I met Malik, I was really happy that I found one Arab friend beside my friend Faris on this campus. I remember that day when I shook his hand and he told me his name and I said, Ashat al-Asami. That means long life to his name. This is something we say in Arabic. It means you are wishing someone a long life, similar to how people say in English, long live the king. He smiled and said, you too. Not even a month later, he passed away. we did not get a chance to get to know each other more than that and spend time together. But it has been like I lost a brother, someone I could relate it to and speak my language with, who would understand where we come from. I have come to accept that this is life and this is something everyone will go through.
Hey, so I'm Sandre. I'm so privileged that I could call Malik my friend. Um, I'm uh, I'm so happy for the words his brother said because that means that we knew the same Malik. He was always so caring, and there was always positivity around him. And even though I can get really annoyed by people and like stuff, he always made me think of it in don't waste the power on things you cannot control. So he always made me think of things in a positive way. So that's how I remember Malik. He was a really good friend. We had a lot of good talks. We could talk about anything from spirituality, religion, politics, sports. We didn't always agree, but that was fine because we trusted each other and yeah. I'm really happy that I could call him his friend, and it's weird that I can never talk to him again and never say like some last words to him. Uh, but uh, it may comfort me that I know his family is going through it together. They are a very good family. I talk to his brothers, so that comforts me, and I can have keep my good memories with him.
My name is Fez. I'm Malik's friend. One of his. So this is just a little bit what I remember of Malik. So I remember when Malik transferred to BLU back in 2017. So back in 2017, since we were in the same program, we both have the same scholarship, and we're both studying the same major, business and accounting. We quickly became friends, and then we became housemates. I remember the good times when we would make Saudi foods for each other. And I remember one time I came down to the kitchen and I saw him making kabsa, which is a tradition Saudi food. It's usually made with lamb and chicken and rice, but he made it with tuna. I was like, "What are you doing, Malik? Why are you making it with tuna?" He's like, "Dude, this is the end of the month and I can't afford. I only have tuna with me, so I need the protein." So we had it, and it was actually better than I thought it would be. So I just learned sometimes you just make the best of what you have. I remember him and I would have a lot of conversation, as Tandre would say. We would talk for hours about stuff. He always challenged my ideas, and I really liked that about him. Just like about the kabsa. Why is it just with chicken and meat? He could make it with a tuna. He was thoughtful and respectful, and he always was available when I needed. I remember one time I needed to take all of my wisdom teeth off, so I needed someone to take me to the dentist and be with me afterwards when I'm high because of the stuff they give me. So he chose to take that challenge, and he did. So afterwards, I was bleeding. I don't even remember what happened, but he told me I was bleeding, and he was just like cleaning after me, and that's something I cannot forget. When we got home, he was making me food for a week because I was tired and I couldn't make food. I remember him when he got back from Saudi that last summer. He was really excited because of the new vision that Saudi's putting on. He was always telling me about how like the accounting jobs they're like it's getting there, and how because of the the new tax system is getting there, and he was really excited to graduate this year and come back and work. I remember 2 weeks ago when I got the call from the Saudi embassy and they were asking about Malik, and I was like, oh yeah, he probably just didn't updated his phone number. And they were telling me, oh, go check on him. They just want to know how he died and stuff. So then they called me again. They're like, oh, by the way, your friend is dead. I was like, what? Just didn't make sense. I called him last week and we're like planning to have like to hang out and play FIFA and make some dinner. I'll always remember him as a really good friend of me. Thank you.
Hey, I'm a little sick, sorry. But my name's Jack. I'm one of Malik's housemates. I just moved in for Jade. I only knew him for about a month. We probably hung out 15 or so times. I remember calling my mom week into moving. She house if I paid my rent yet. And the first thing I wanted to tell her was about like a friend I made named Malik. Talking to her on the phone as he was talking to his family. And Malik's first language was Arabic. Um, so I got to hear him speak to his brother, and he was a complete another level. And I was giggling, kind of rolling on his back like almost a toddler, just completely in his brother. And it was a side of him that really cool to see. I really only have positive memories of him. He really wore bright colored jumpsuits, like all red, all yellow, champion brands. He had the most beautiful scarves, and we got to do a couple activities together. Came to yoga with us one night, and he knew how to do the prayer position really well. Um, he really enjoyed just kind of trying new things and being open to people. I remember feeling so relieved that my housemates were like I moved into a random house. So I remember feeling so relieved that my housemates are great people, and that Malik was one of them. Thank you.
We know that not all of the words have been shared. Some folks still hold that close to their hearts, and those are heard as well. And we thank you for being here with your presence, and by that testifying to Malik's community, his love of family and friends. We're going to take a few moments of reflection as we listen to Ashley and Reed play a musical piece for us, and just invite you into that space of honoring and remembering Malik in whatever way feels appropriate and meaningful to you. Thank you, Ashley and Reed. I invite Fez to come forward and offer a traditional Muslim prayer that's printed on the back of your card in both Arabic and English. Read.
اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وعافه واعف عنه وأكرم نزله ووسع مدخله واغسله بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقه من الخطايا كما نقيت الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وابدله دارا خيرا من داره وأهلا خيرا من أهله وزوجا خيرا من زوجته وادخله الجنة وأعيده من عذاب القبر وعذاب النار.
Thank you all for coming here this evening and being present as we honor and remember Malik. As all of his friends and colleagues have testified, friends and community were so important to Malik. And we learned that he's a good cook and can improvise. So, in that spirit, we invite you to stay and spend a little time just talking with one another over some scones and coffee and tea and water. So, you're welcome to stay and enjoy one another's company. Thank you.